Yeah, good morning students. So today in class 6, chapter number 7, fraction, we will learn about fractions and its properties in this part of video. So first of all, what do you mean by fraction? Do you know what is the meaning of half? How we will make the diagram of half? This is half. What is the meaning of 1/4? Yes. We divide the given diagram in 4 parts and we share it or select one part. So 1 out of 4 parts. Okay. If I divide a triangle in 3 parts like this, so is it 1/3? Think about this. Is it 1/3? Some of you will say yes and some of you will say no. So this is not 1/3. Think about this. Why it is not 1/3? Why it is not 1/3? Means why it is one part, not one part out of 3 parts. Yes, they are not equal parts. They are not equal parts. So what you understand? Whenever you make a diagram and you divide in some parts, the parts should be equal. The parts should be equal. Then it is a fraction. Otherwise, it is not fraction. So one thing you have to note down, that whenever you divide a object or diagram in some parts, you have to make equal parts. Okay? So now we will go forward. What is the mean by fraction? If suppose you have 20 chocolates and you have selected 5 chocolates, then what is the fraction? What is the fraction? What is the fraction? So suppose there are 20 chocolates and 5 you select. 5 chocolate selected out of 20 chocolates. So how will you make the fraction? Now you will learn what is the real meaning of fraction. So you have selected 5 out of 20. So this is the fraction for selected 5 chocolates. Okay. Suppose you got 2 gifts on your birthday from father and 12 gifts from friends. So what fraction of gifts you got from father? So first of all, we have to find total gifts. Total gifts 2 plus 12, 14. Now you have to find the fraction of gifts which you got from father. So from father you got 2 gifts, and out of means how many total gifts? 14. So 2 upon 14 is a fraction of gifts which you got from the father. Suppose you want to find the fraction for 12 gifts. So 12 out of 14 gifts you got from the friends. So I think you got the meaning of fraction. Fraction is a part of whole means one object. In one object you make the equal parts. Fraction is a part of whole or group of objects. Group of objects, some items, maybe chocolates, maybe gifts, maybe anything, any objects. So we can make the fraction for one object by making equal parts, or you can make the fraction for a group of objects also. So both the examples you understand. Do practice, make some situation, think about some situation in which you get some numbers and you get you can make some fractions. Now we will learn about the fraction in detail. Now we will represent fractions on number line. Our topic is fraction on number line. So now you are thinking, how can we represent fraction on number line? We can represent number on number lines like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on a number line. Now how can we represent the fraction on number line? So everybody know the number line start from 0. Some students think it will start from 1. It will not start from 1. It will always start from 0. Equal parts. So first mark equal parts. The parts should be equal. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this will be as required. Suppose you want to represent 2 upon 3 on number line. You want to represent 2 upon 3 on number line. How can we represent 2 upon 3 on number line? So first of all, you have to think 2 upon 3 is a fraction. The value of fraction is less than 1 or more than 1. 2 upon 3. Suppose you divide 2 by 3. Will you get 1 point something, or you will get 0 point something? Yes, definitely 0 point something. It is 0 point something means it is the less than 1. 2 upon 3 is less than 1. It means 2 upon 3 will lie between 0 and 1. Somewhere else. So 2 upon 3 will lie between 0 and 1. So now we will make another number line. We take 0 and 1 here. And now we will find the fraction on this number line. So you got 0, the fraction will lie between 0 and 1. Now, suppose, think this is a stick. This is a stick. And I say you divide this stick in 3 parts. So, in equal parts. Assume this is a stick and we divide in 3 parts. 1 part, second part, third part. Right? Now you have to think that why I divide in 3 parts only? Why not 4, why not 2, why not other number? This will inform you from the denominator, from the lower number. This is called denominator and this is called numerator. So denominator means out of total parts. The below number denominator will inform you that you have to make these parts. So 3 will tell you about this. You have to make 3 parts. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this 2? The 2 will tell you about the position of fraction. This is 0 upon 3. This is 1 upon 3. And this is 2 upon 3. And this is actually 3 upon 3. And 3 upon 3, you know, always 1. So I am not changing even number. I just explain you that you have to make 3 parts. And you have to write 0 upon 3, 1 upon 3, 2 upon 3, 3 upon 3. 3 upon 3 is 1. So where is our fraction? Our fraction is here. Our fraction is here. So from here to here, this is the 2 upon 3 part of a line segment. So 2 upon 3 means, you understand? Suppose you want to represent 1 upon 4 on number line. So if I ask you, can you show the 1 upon 4 on this line? Is it possible? Not possible. Why? Because there are 4 parts, but we have done only 3 parts. So we have to make another line segment. Suppose this is 0 and this is 1. So denominator is 4. So we make 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts. So now you have to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and upon 4. Because these are the parts. and this is 1. Now you can see where is 1 upon 4? Where is 1 upon 4 is here. So this is your fraction on number line. So I think you understand by these two examples how to represent fractions on number line. So now you have to do practice. Okay. So now we will represent some other type of fraction on number line. See this here. Now we represent other type of fraction on number line. Other type means more than 1. The fraction whose value is more than 1. Just now we have represented fraction whose value is less than 1. And now we represent on number line the fraction whose value is more than 1. And these fractions are called improper fractions. Okay. So let's take a fraction whose value is more than 1. 4 upon 3. So 4 upon 3 is a fraction whose value is more than 1. So 4 upon 3, you can see the value of this 4 upon 3 is more than 1. So this fraction will lie between after 1 to 2. So first of all you divide this fraction 4 upon 3, 3 1 is 3, remaining is 1. So we can write is 1 by 3. 1 is quotient here and remaining part is here and divisor here. Divisor is here. So 1 by 3 means this fraction will be lying between 1 and 2. The fraction will be between 1 and 2. So we make a number line 0, 1 and 2. Okay, this is 2. Now you can see that this fraction will lie between 1 and 2. And the fraction denominator is 3. So we make 3 parts after 1 and 2. Between 1 and 2, we make 3 parts. We will not make any parts here because this fraction is more than 1. Now, this is 1. So, 1 by 3. This is 2 by 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. This is 1 and this is 1 by 3, this is 2 by 3 and this is 3 by 3. Okay, so you can see the 1 by 3. So this is 1 and more 1 by 3 means here. So this is actually 1 by 3. Right? So this is your answer. Again you will see that 4 by 3 you have to represent 4 divided by 3 you will get 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 will lie between 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 between 1 and 2 the divisor is 3 so we make divide in 3 parts the line segment between 1 and 2 1, 2, 3 this is 1 by 3 this is 2 by 3 this is 3 by 3 1 is here so this is more than 1. So we take 1 by 3, 1 2 by 3, 1 3 by 3, right? So we have to represent 1 by 3. So we can show that this is the answer 4 upon 3. So in this type you will represent the fraction on number line. Now you will do practice. Now we understand different types of fractions. Now we understand different types of fractions. First is proper fraction, types of fraction. First is proper fraction. What is mean by proper fraction? If you write 2 upon 3, 5 upon 4 and 7 upon 9, can you observe similarity in these three fractions? Yes. You can see the numerator carefully. In which fraction the numerator is smaller than denominator? Yes, in this one and this one. So, if numerator is smaller than denominator, if numerator is smaller than denominator, so it is called proper fraction. It is called proper fraction. Numerator is smaller. So 7 upon 2, is it proper fraction? Numerator is smaller. See the numerator? No. So it is not a proper fraction. 5 upon 2, no. 2 upon 3, yes. So we can see the meaning of proper fraction. The value of proper fraction is always less than 1. Proper fraction is always less than 1. So this is very important. You have to remember the proper fraction value is always less than 1. Right? Now we take about improper fraction. Second is improper fraction. Suppose you write 5 upon 2, 7 upon 5, 1 upon 2. In which fraction numerator is bigger? In which fraction out of these fractions numerator is bigger? Yes, this one, and not this one. So if numerator is bigger than denominator, then it is called improper fraction. And improper fraction is always more than 1. Always more than 1. So you can see, suppose you write 11 upon 12, is it improper fraction? Is it numerator greater than denominator? No. You write 12 upon 5, is it numerator greater than denominator? Numerator is above, here, and denominator is here. Is it numerator is greater than denominator? Yes. So this is an improper fraction. So I think you understand about the meaning of improper fraction and proper fraction. These are the basically two types of fraction. Like third is mixed fraction. That is the same like improper fraction, but if you can say that different type of representation. So we now consider about the mixed fraction. Now we consider about the mixed fraction. So when you take up improper fraction and when you divide it in numerator by denominator, you will get a mixed fraction. It's very easy. When you divide numerator by denominator of any improper fraction, you will get a mixed fraction. So let's divide, let's take some fractions, and this is called changing. How to change the improper fraction into mixed fraction. So third type is mixed fractions. Why it is called mixed fraction? We will explain here. Suppose you take 4 upon 3. 4 upon 3. Let's divide 4 by 3. This is remainder. This is quotient. This is divisor. Right. So, if you write like this whole number and proper part. So whole number is your quotient, okay, and proper part is remainder upon divisor. Quotient will be between the remainder and divisor like this. So quotient is 1, remainder is 1, and 3 is divisor. So this is the mixed fraction for 4 upon 3. Now you can see improper fraction and the value of the mixed fraction is same, but the representation is different. You can see if you write 2 5 by 10, this is a mixed fraction. Definitely this is mixed fraction because this is whole number part, and this is proper fraction part. Okay, yeah. So this is a whole number part, 2 is a whole number part, and 5 upon 10 is a proper part. So this is a mixed fraction. This is called mixed fraction. I think you understand why this is called mixed fraction. Because it contains two types of part. One is whole number part and second is proper part. So, okay, let's see. In this mixed fraction, see very carefully. Is this mixed fraction 2, 3 by 2? No. Why? Because this is a whole number part. But is this proper fraction? No, because numerator is bigger than denominator. It is improper. So, a mixed fraction cannot contain an improper part. It will always contain a proper part. So, it is not a mixed fraction. So, you have to think differently with different examples that is it maybe not proper or improper. So, whenever you do practice, you will get the different concept. What is the meaning of proper fraction? What is the meaning of improper? What is the meaning of mixed fraction? So basically, the fraction are two types, proper and improper. Proper fraction, numerator is smaller than denominator. Improper fraction, numerator is bigger than denominator. And mixed fraction is same as the improper fraction, but the representation is different. It contains a whole number part and it contains a proper fraction. So this is the topic of the types of fractions. Now we will understand equivalent fraction. What is meant by equivalent fractions? So I think you get the name equivalent. What is mean by equivalent? First think about this. Equivalent fraction means we will take 2 or 3 or more than 2 fraction and we see are they equivalent, are they equal. Equal means in terms of value. Value of fraction Now we will learn about the equivalent fraction. This is very important topic. So equivalent fraction, suppose I write 2 upon 5. So the diagram of 2 upon 5 will be like this, right? The diagram of 2 upon 5 will be like this. Suppose I write 4 upon 10. So I will make 10 parts here and I will shade 4 parts from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. You will see these two fractions, the diagram of these two fractions are looking same. Shaded part. See the shaded part. Shaded parts are absolutely same, equal. They are equal. So why the fraction is different? Yeah. Two fractions are looking different, but the value of fraction is equal. Value is equal. So I think you got that point here. If two fractions, if 2 or more fractions value is same, then they are called equivalent fractions. Right? Now you will get, how can we find the equivalent fraction? Are you getting the point? What is the meaning of equivalent fraction? The two fractions whose value is same, value is equal. Now you are thinking, sir, how can we find, how can we check that the fractions are equivalent? Yes. So how we can confirm that the fractions are equivalent? Suppose I write 2 upon 3 and 4 upon 9. Right. I will say you simplify both the fraction. What you will do? Simplify. Simplify both fraction. Now you are thinking, what is the meaning of simplify? Simplify means, suppose you take another example, 4 upon 10. Simplify means, how do you simplify the fraction? First read this one. Divide the numerator and denominator by a common number, if it is possible. You can see 4 and 10 can be divided by 2. So divide by 2, both the numerator and denominator. 4 divided by 2, you will get 2. 10 divided by 2, you will get 5. If suppose further you can divide the numerator and denominator by another number or same number, So you can divide. Don't divide by 1. Because if you divide by 1, you will get the same number. Okay? Except 1 you can divide by any number, but it should be divided by numerator and denominator, both the number. Both the numbers should be divided by same number. Clear? So now you will simplify. 2 upon 3 is already simplified because we cannot get any number to divide these two numerator and denominator. Now you can see these are also simplified. 4 and 9 cannot also divide by any number except 1. So first you simplify both the fraction. If after simplification the value, the fractions are looking different, then they are not equivalent. So these two fractions are not equivalent. This is the sign of not equivalent. So these are not equivalent. So these two fractions are not equivalent. So let's take another example. Suppose 4 upon 7, 8 upon 14. Let's see, understand, are these two fractions are equivalent? 4 upon 7 is already simplified, but 8 upon 14 can be divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2, you will get 4, and 14 divided by 2, you will get 7. So you can see after simplification, the value of both the fractions are same. 4 upon 7, 4 upon 7. So 4 upon 7 and 18 upon 14 are equivalent. 18 upon 14 are equivalent fractions. So I think you understand how to check the given fractions are equivalent or not. Okay. So in this part we have understand about the meaning of fraction, types of fractions, proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, and how to represent a fraction on number line. And after this, we understand about the equivalent fraction, what is the meaning of equivalent fraction, how to check that the given fractions are equivalent. So rest of the topics we will cover in next part. Thank you.